The autumn afternoon painted Central Park in gold and amber, leaves crunching under the feet of joggers and families enjoying the perfect weather. Alexander Chase sat alone on a bench near the fountain, his expensive suit standing out among the casual weekend crowd, his laptop open, but forgotten beside him. A T-39. He was founder and CEO of Chase Enterprises, a venture capital firm managing billions in investments. He'd spent the morning at the office a Saturday morning and had stopped at the park on his way home because the thought of returning to his empty penthouse felt unbearable. His wife had left 2 years ago. No dramatic fight, no affair, just a quiet admission that she couldn't compete with his work anymore, that she wanted a partner who was actually present. He'd let her go, told himself the company needed him more, that relationships were distractions from building his empire, but sitting alone in a park full of families, watching fathers push children on swings and couples walk hand in hand, Alexander felt the weight of that choice. He was staring blankly at his laptop when a small voice interrupted his thoughts. "This is for you." Alexander looked down to find a little girl standing in front of him, maybe 5 years old, with blonde curls catching the afternoon light. She wore a pink dress with grass stains on the hem and clutched a worn teddy bear under one arm. In her other hand, she held a single yellow flower, a dandelion gone to seed, really, but she presented it like it was a precious rose. "For me?" Alexander asked, surprised. The girl nodded solemnly. "You look sad. Flowers make people happy. My mama says giving flowers to sad people is important." Alexander took the flower carefully, touched by the simple gesture. "Thank you. That's very kind of you. What's your name?" "Sophia. Sophia Grace Miller. I'm 5 1/4. That's my mama over there." She pointed to a woman sitting on a blanket under a nearby tree, reading a book while keeping one eye on her daughter. The woman was probably in her early 30s, with light brown hair pulled back in a ponytail. She wore jeans and a simple sweater, and there was something peaceful about the way she sat there, content with a book and sunshine. "Does your mama know you're talking to strangers?" Alexander asked gently. "She said I could pick flowers for people who look sad. She said kindness is more important than stranger danger, but I have to stay where she can see me." "Are you sad?" Alexander considered lying, then decided this 5-year-old deserved honesty. "I am a little sad." "How did you know?" "Because you're sitting all alone with your computer at the park. Parks are for playing and having fun, not for working. And you have sad eyes, like the man in Mama's favorite movie who works too much and forgets to smile, out of the mouths of children." Alexander felt the observation hit deeper than any therapy session had managed. "You're very perceptive for 5 years old. Mama says I notice things. Are you going to smile now? The flower is supposed to make you happy." Alexander did smile. Genuinely, for the first time in weeks. "It does make me happy." "Thank you, Sophia." "Good. Now, you should come meet my mama. She's nice, and she's sad sometimes too. Maybe you could give each other flowers and both be happy." Before Alexander could respond, Sophia had taken his hand with complete trust and was pulling him toward the tree where her mother sat. The woman looked up as they approached, concern flashing across her face when she saw her daughter pulling a stranger over. "Sophia, what did we talk about?" "He looked sad, Mama, so I gave him a flower like you said. And then, I thought maybe you could be friends, because you both look lonely, and you always say lonely people need friends." The woman's face flushed. "I'm so sorry. She means well, but her social filter is still developing. I'm Claire, and you've met my daughter, who apparently thinks I need her to find me friends, Alexander. And she's not wrong. I was sitting over. They're feeling pretty lonely." Claire's expression softened. "Join us, then. We were about to have cookies. Sophia's grandmother sent way too many, and I could use help eating them before they make me break my fitness goals." Over cookies and juice boxes, Alexander learned that Claire was a librarian at the local branch. Sophia's father had died in a car accident when she was a baby. Claire had been raising her alone, working hard to give her daughter a stable life while keeping her late husband's memory alive. "I know what people think," Claire said quietly while Sophia chased butterflies nearby. Single mother, talking to a wealthy stranger in the park. But Sophia's right. I am lonely, not for romance necessarily, just for adult conversation that doesn't revolve around checkout procedures or bedtime routines. I get it. I'm a CEO of a company that requires all my time, and I've built this successful empire while realizing I have no one to share it with. My ex-wife left because I chose board meetings over our marriage. I've been telling myself I'm fine alone, but your daughter looked at me and saw right through that. She has a gift for that. Sees what people need before they know themselves. Her father was the same way. Tell me about him. Claire's face lit up as she shared memories of her late husband, a firefighter who'd died saving others. A man who'd loved completely, who'd made her laugh, who'd been so excited about becoming a father that he'd read parenting books before she'd even gotten pregnant. He would have loved seeing who she's becoming, Claire said. She has his kindness, his ability to see people. I try to honor that by teaching her to notice when others are hurting and to help when she can, even if it means giving flowers to strangers in the park. Alexander watched Sophia playing, this little girl who'd seen his loneliness and decided to fix it with a dandelion and honest observation. He felt something shift in his chest, a crack in the walls he'd built around himself. Over the next months, Alexander found reasons to visit the park. At first, he told himself it was about the fresh air, about stepping away from work. But he knew the truth. He was hoping to run into Sophia and Claire again. When he did, he brought books for Sophia, had conversations with Claire about literature and life. He learned about her dreams of maybe writing children's books someday, about her struggles to make ends meet on a librarian's salary while giving Sophia everything she needed. He helped quietly at first, covering Sophia's preschool fees anonymously through the school, donating to the library for programming that happened to pay Claire extra for special projects, showing up at the park with groceries he claimed were extras from a canceled business lunch. Claire saw through it eventually. You don't have to do this. We're managing. I know. But Sophia gave me a flower and told me I look sad, and somehow you two became the best part of my week. Let me help. Not because you need it, but because I need to. I need to be part of something that matters. 6 months after that first flower, Alexander realized he'd fallen in love. Not just with Claire, though he had, but with Sophia and the family they were building from park encounters and honest conversations. A year after receiving a dandelion from a 5-year-old, Alexander proposed to Claire in the same spot where they'd met. Sophia helped plan the proposal, insisting he give Claire a flower just like she'd given him at their wedding. Sophia gave a speech that made everyone cry. A long time ago, I gave a sad man a flower because Mama taught me to help people who are hurting. I didn't know he'd become my daddy, or that Mama would smile all the time now, or that we'd live in a house with a yard where I can pick all the flowers I want. I just knew he needed help. Mama says sometimes the smallest kindness can change everything. I think she's right. One flower changed 3 whole lives. Alexander held his family close. This brave little girl who'd seen a lonely stranger and decided he needed a flower, who'd reminded him that success means nothing if you're too isolated to accept a dandelion from a child, who'd taught him that love often arrives unexpectedly, delivered by a 5-year-old with grass-stained knees and a teddy bear. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment about a time when a small gesture of kindness changed your life.